You know that saying, right? The one everyone throws around.
Which one's that?
Do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. I bet everyone listening has heard that one. Maybe even, aspires to it.
Oh, absolutely. It sounds great, doesn't it? The dream scenario.
It does. But let's pivot a bit. Because there's a flip side, maybe a bit uncomfortable, that often gets kind of swept under the rug.
Exactly. Like, passion is fantastic. It really is. But passion alone, it doesn't always pay the bills. That's the tough truth. And that's where so many people find themselves stuck, working hard, maybe even doing something they genuinely care about, but still struggling.
Yeah, that whole just overbroke thing. J-O-B.
Yeah.
You're making money, sure, but it feels like you're walking a tightrope, financially speaking.
It really forces you to think, doesn't it? Like, what's my time really worth?
Seriously. When you're trading hours for dollars, are those dollars actually reflecting your value, your life?
It's a critical question, especially when you look at the cost of things people, desire,
Oh, totally. Like a new gaming console. What's that now, like $600 and $700?
Easily. And fancy sneakers. Jordans. Maybe $200, $250 a pair.
And don't forget the phone. A new iPhone, we're talking $1,200, maybe even $1,500.
Right. Now, contrast that with, say, earning $13 an hour. That's a figure that pops up.
Okay, yeah. So $13 an hour, how many hours of work does it take just to buy, what are those things?
A lot. And then the really crucial part is what's left over after that.
For the actual essentials, you mean, like rent, food, getting around, savings.
Exactly. The stuff you absolutely have to cover. Let's paint a clearer picture with rent, for example.
Okay.
In a lot of U.S. cities, finding a one-bedroom apartment, you're looking at around maybe $2,000 a month, average.
Wow. Okay, $2,000. And the rule of thumb is you need, 3 times the rent in income?
Yeah, that's what financial advisors often say for comfort. So that means you'd need about $6,000 a month.
Which is $72,000 a year, just to, comfortably afford that one-bedroom apartment before anything else.
Precisely. Now, think about someone working a job they might be passionate about, like a CNA, a certified nursing assistant, helping people.
Right, often driven by a real desire to care.
Let's say they're earning $14 an hour. That works out to roughly $2,240 a month before taxes.
Okay, so $2,240 versus the $6,000 needed just for rent in many places.
You see the gap. It's immense. Even if the work itself feels meaningful, the financial pressure is just huge.
And that's really the core issue we want to dig into today, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not about knocking passion or saying don't follow your interests. Not at all.
No, it's more about facing the financial reality that can come with it. And importantly, exploring ways you can actually build, a stable foundation.
Getting beyond just getting by. Finding real financial security.
So our goal here isn't pessimism. It's about offering some concrete insights, some potential pathways to financial well-being, things maybe you haven't considered.
Okay, so here's the shift. The good news. There are jobs out there paying significantly more.
Like what kind of numbers are we talking?
We're talking $20, $30, sometimes even $50 an hour. And here's the kicker.
Yeah.
Many of these don't necessarily require a 4-year college degree or years and years of specific experience beforehand.
Okay, that's interesting. So how do you get into them?
That's where apprenticeship programs come in. They're huge in these fields. You actually get paid while you learn the trade.
Paid to learn. That sounds pretty good. Earning while you're training.
Exactly. Think about the skilled trades. We hear all the time about shortages there.
Like what specifically?
Well, electricians, for one, power linemen keeping the lights on, fiber optics techs, crucial for internet.
Okay, yeah.
5G tower techs, building out that mobile network. Even elevator repair. It's niche, but vital and pays well.
Huh. Elevator repair. Never thought about that one. So what's the starting pay look like in these kinds of apprenticeships?
Often you can start somewhere in the $20 to $25 an hour range, which is already a big step up from $13 or $14.
Definitely. But what about long term? Could you actually build a career, make serious money?
Absolutely. That's the really compelling part. Experienced pros in these trades, they can definitely reach 6 figures, $100,000 a year or even more.
Wow. $100K plus without a 4-year degree. That changes the financial picture entirely, doesn't it?
Fundamentally. And it's not just the pay. These careers often come with good benefits, stability.
And a clear path up, like you can advance.
Yeah, there's usually a well-defined path. You gain skills, get certifications, you move up. You're not just stuck at the entry level forever.
And how long does it take to get qualified? We're not talking 4 years of college debt here, right?
No, that's a key difference. Often you can get trained, certified, and actually hired in these fields in under 2 years.
Under 2 years to potentially be earning $25 an hour or more with a path to 6 figures.
It's a much faster track for many people, a really solid return on your time investment.
Okay, but there's got to be a catch, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if these jobs aren't, like, right where I live?
That's a fair point. And honestly, sometimes the best opportunity does require moving. Relocating?
Yeah. And the immediate thought is, I can't afford to move. I don't have the money.
Right. That's the common reaction. But sometimes it's less about the actual cash and more about being willing to consider moving as an option.
Being open to the idea that the opportunity might be somewhere else.
Exactly. You got to be in the right place, and sometimes that place isn't your current hometown.
Okay, but practically, moving costs money. How do people manage that if they're already just over broke?
Well, it doesn't have to mean renting a whole new expensive apartment right away. Think simpler, more affordable solutions, at least initially.
Like what?
Like renting a room, shared housing. You can find options on places like, Zillow, Facebook Marketplace, Roomster even.
So find a room just to get established in the new area where the apprenticeship or job is.
Precisely. It might be a temporary adjustment, maybe not ideal long term, but it's a practical step to unlock that bigger opportunity, a way to make it feasible.
So really, when you look at these trades, the usual excuse is, I don't have experience, I don't have a degree even, I don't have money for a big move. But they kind of fade away a bit.
They become much less relevant for these specific paths, yeah. Because these programs often look for aptitude, willingness to learn, not just credentials.
So the main thing, the real requirement, is making a decision.
It boils down to that, making a conscious choice to explore something different, to take action.
So the question for everyone listening is, I guess, when will you decide? When will you decide to break that cycle of just getting by?
Yeah, it's your life, right? Your moment. The world doesn't owe you anything, but it will pay for valuable skills and hard work if you show up.
If you're willing to claim it.
Exactly. If you're willing to put yourself in the position to succeed.
So a final thought to leave people with.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe think about what the very first step would be. Just one small step to look into one of these trades.
And tied to that, really consider if a change of scenery, even a temporary one, might be the key that unlocks a totally different, more secure future for you.
Yeah. Is location holding you back more than you realize? Something to definitely mull over.